Hi everyone, and welcome back here to my channel, to my portal here, Vortex of Energies. Here as my hologram actually. So this is my structure here of reality. This is how I operate. So welcome back those who resonate with this energy field. And today is the solar eclipse, right? People talking about these energies here for the star seeds, the indigo warriors, right? Or the spiritual warriors, the warriors in Christ, the volunteers, okay, or the blue star born here. I mean, those are highly advanced nature who came here to helping humanity with ascension, of course, helping Mother Earth with ascension, right? We hear the call, the clarion call. So we are here on a specific mission. I have the Rishi Rishi agreement and bringing the Rishi consciousness here online, right? The cosmic energy is very important to read these energies, anchor these cosmic energy here to this physical plane, right? Very important to transmute the structure of the negative aliens, of the cabal, of the Illuminati, right? Here on this earthly plane, that's why we have the physical bodies, even though we identified ourselves with energies, right? We are sound, light, frequency, vibration. So somebody had to come here in these kind of already advanced and even hybrid bodies, right, to do the transformational transmutational work, right? We're the cleanup group, we're the ground crew. Here I'm part of the Ashtar Galactic Command, or the High Command, also of the Andromeda Council. Now we have the direct connection to our crystal star family in Andromeda, the Aurora races. Okay, they're hosting our ascension because of the cosmic portals and all the override pillars being all set, right? The trans harmonic pillars, because it's all about now transcendence, right? Transcending here this phantom matrix, and of course transmuting our karma. Because being a lighter and lighter, right? Crystalline, this is our original divine blueprint, right? So people with the negative ego, the shadow self, all these baggages, right? Projecting the ego and the negativity, whether on others or the inner conflicts has not been resolved. That's how we get control manipulated, or humanity gets control manipulated. And of course we came here to also transmute that universal shadow, right? Or the galactic shadow, or the monadic, on that monadic level, the 7, 8, and 9 dimension, because the secret societies of the ascended masters being infiltrated, of the true blueprint of America has been infiltrated and twisted, and all these reversals upside down, and all this contamination, and all the agenda of those negative aliens of transhumanism, transgenderism, enslavement, and vampirism has been pretty much here kind of set, right? Especially in the United States after World War II, with the Project Paperclip and the treaties with Zetas in 1950s, with the U.S. Congress. So they have all kinds of highly advanced technologies, right? Because they were trading the highly advanced technology for human DNA. They want to control us, make transhumans out of us, robots or cyborgs, right? For their new world order. And so somebody kind of has to come in an interesting way and study the negativity, the agenda of those negative aliens, right? And what in the world's been happening, and also all these reversals in the entire infrastructures. And we had the grid's been damaged, so that was because of the Nephilim reversal grid, the black magic grid, right? The Baphomet network, also the lunar forces, the lunars, the moon, as a satellite, was actually brought here by those negative aliens to kind of continue the agenda, right? To control the earth, the humanity, with the false magnetism, and with the MK Ultra mind control that actually has been also transmitted from the planet Saturn, right? So those who also have a Saturnian influence, like me, I was all born like on a Saturday, right? And I come from families, like the secrets of families, even though like we didn't know, we didn't practice it. But if you have family cases, somebody commits a suicide. I know that was a cousin of my dad committed a suicide, right? Then of course we have these kind of incidents where we don't know really the true father of our grandparents, we know the parents of our grandparents. So this forced breeding or rape happening, right? And then the humans were probably being hybridized, or we've been breeded with these aliens, right? And then we are born to these families, or like me in Eastern Europe, right? It's kind of totally clueless. Nobody talks about these kind of stuff. But the thing is, we sense energies. I always knew that this is not correct. The family, this is not really my true family, spiritual my family, where I was born, in Eastern Europe. It just didn't have any didn't make any sense. So it's very important for humanity to start feeling those energies. And with all these eclipses, right, and with all these activations, it can be painful, challenging. We're going through extremely tumultuous times, but at the same time, right, know that we already set the the Ascension grid is already being set, right, with the blue diamond kind of blueprint for our blue diamond DNA. We have, like say, the connection to Andromeda, right, the 7 higher heavens, and of course to the solar rishi consciousness, the first God's world of creation, the emerald order, the gold order, the amethyst order. So those, we work with the universal time matrix, right? That's the 12 dimension plus 3, right? 15 dimension, very important. And Andromeda is already 16 dimension, 17, 18, right? So we have the universal time matrix being resurrected as harmonic universe number 6. So here, very important to understand the dynamics in the Ascension, right? The Ascension mechanics, the exopolitics, the agenda of those negative aliens, how we also had to be correcting these portals, whether it's the 1010 portal, 1111 portal, because it's been all hijacked by the fallen angelics, by the Alpha Draconis, right? And even extremely vicious races from the Visa system, another phantom matrix in the parallel universes, right? And we kind of ended up in this blended reality because they were trying to pull the Earth to the black hole. They're sucking energy from humans and from the Mother Earth, and they just kind of wanted us to be in that kind of extremely dark AI realities, right? Phantom realities through their Goldman algorithm, the arcanic AI structure. So well, fortunately, also there's a separation of worlds, of course. So of course, on that universal cosmic level, right, things are already being set for us to ascend, of course, for those individuals or humanity who are choosing the Ascension, who are choosing God, who are choosing love, who are choosing peace, who are choosing forgiveness, who are working on themselves, who are remembering who they truly are, right? We're the light of the soul, who want to be self-realized or soul realized, and so on. So for them, the platform's been already like I said, established, right? So it's all about actually tuning in, dissolving whatever needs to be dissolved, right? Transform these energies of dogma, trauma, and all this old conditioning, right? The energies of the mind control and so on, doing the inner work, transformational work. Everything I teach on the Guardian Ascension protocol on my website, yanakalai.com, right? We do the 12D shielding. It's a must for those spiritual warriors or for the cosmic leaders or new leaders of the new golden age in Aquarius, right? It's very important you embody the 12D blueprint here in this physical plane through your light body, through your crystalline structure, the plasma light body, and of course we have now the Rasha body, the sound field, the magnetism has been restored as well, so we can connect to the cosmic eternal spirit as well. So these are these beautiful structure or architectures, of course, of the also that's the golden cube, right? Instead of we've been dealing with the black cube technology and black hole technology of those negative aliens. So the cosmic solar rishi, right, they're coming here to this dimension, and finally we are being reprinted, or also the elemental re-encryption is happening with the true original design of the 12-dimensional or 15-dimensional universal time matrix here, right, in this universe, okay, in this galaxy, in the solar system, right, with these golden cities, golden cathedrals. We're resurrecting also the timelines of the pre-fall of Lemuria, pre-fall of Atlantis, especially in America, right, the Atlantis raising with the violet flame, right. right? Thank you, Saint Germain. I'm a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I'm the violet flame in action, right? I'm the violet flame in action in me now. So whether you've been doing the chanting, the japa mantra meditation, listening to solfeggio tones, going to nature, doing some energy hygiene, doing some cleansing, doing some fasting, right? Drinking distilled water, good diets, superfood, organic fruits and vegetables, and just listening to the sound of the wind or the ocean or the mountains or the trees, right? Looking at that sacred geometry, whether in nature or when you cut through Brussels sprouts or a cauliflower, you can just see that this is the design. This is our etheric technology, guys. And when you activate that, right, you can bilocate. There's telepathy kicking online, your psychic abilities, your clairvoyant, clairsentient, claircognizant. I mean, this is the true the angelic divine race that is being activated, right? Our DNA recalibrated, we're being rejuvenated, our body is changing, right? This original divine blueprint of DNA coming online. So we are also stopping the process of the entropy, right? Just getting older and all this disease. This is not characteristic for the angelic divine beings living hundreds, even thousands of years. And some of the the gurus from the Himalayas, or from the warrior monks, right? For them, being 100 or more, 200 years old was nothing new under the sun, because they were living in the harmony with the nature. They know, or they knew how to absorb energy, right, from space, from the sun, and of course through the earth, the magnetism. And we have some actually people who don't eat, the breatharians, right? If you live somewhere in mountains, somewhere in sacred spots, somewhere there's a vortex of very powerful energies, and you tune into these energies and you know how to work with energies, right? You actually maybe just drinking water, but you don't really have to eat food almost at all. So this is characteristics for the new angelic human race. I represent more of that kind of the Draco star humans, kind of hybrid races. Because we're recognizing that we all come from all kinds of other star systems, constellation, planets. Like we're the ETs, or we're the hybrids. We're the aliens, we're the Anunnaki, or the Dracos, or some of them are more of that angelic human nature, right? And as long as there's a connection to the divine through our heart, we all one, we all come from one source. And so, like I said last time, like my passion is how to work with energies and understanding these very powerful primal forces, right? In Ayurveda, it's called gunas, right? So there was the sattva, the sattvic energies. Those are actually the energies of peace and harmony, and when you synthesize your polarity, so it's of total perfection, God perfection, right? And here the Lisa Renee is mentioning the 0 point. That's the white or clear subtle forces. Okay, so these are, I can see them like a golden white energies, the sattvic energies. Like when we say sattvic food, what does it mean? When you study Ayurveda, you understand food combining, you understand the organic spices and how to use spices and how to cook organically and seasonally, and with wisdom, or cooking turns into sacred healing. Okay, so this is the word sattvic, which means this is something that is of divine intelligence. It's higher spiritual intelligence, and it brings energetic harmony and higher consciousness in the environment. So when I say something is tamasic, that's the black subtle forces, but the rajasic, when I say something is rajasic, it's the action is the energy of action, of transformation, right? In Ayurveda, you can even say the word pitta, right? And it's something also spicy, something fiery. Okay, and like for example, if you talk about raja, rajasic, well, raja is king, but rajasic food, right? It's people who like the hot kind of food, spicy, you know, lots of jalapeno peppers, or you know, cayenne pepper, and so on, right? So it kind of it's good when, for example, for your digestion, and when you get your activity going, you know, and also for enzymatic kind of help, helping with enzymes to digest the food. So this is something that is beneficial. If you are too much overstimulated, right, too much of that rajasic nature, right, this goes into kind of addictions, and it goes into actually you become possessed, and you have no then control of your environment, all this constant activity. You don't know how to still yourself, you don't know how to meditate, you cannot really then connect with your heart, with your soul, right? You are actually, oh, and the selfishness comes in, right? You're then being blocked from connecting to your higher sensory perception, right, and to your inner Christ. And then let's talk about really, especially during the solar eclipses and everything that is happening and transpiring, the darkness, right, is coming online. And so those are the black subtle forces, right? That's the negative polarity. And Ayurveda, we say the tamasic energy, so tamasic food, right? When people, this is stale food, like you leave your food in fridge, I don't know, for days, for weeks, right? Like in Ayurveda, you eat everything fresh each and every day. You should be either cooking or, you know, go to your garden and pick up your fruits and vegetables and prepare your food organically, right, ayurvedically, seasonally, and so on. The tamasic is the other way around, right, that it can be molded, it can be spoiled, it can be stale, right? And of course, some of that also very important, like for example in Ayurveda they say if something is very unripe, right, like even pineapple or even banana, it can cause extreme well, blockages, even diseases. And I know like in Ayurveda saying like miscarriage, when, you know, a woman who is pregnant eats pineapple that has not been ripe, right, that is still green. So these can be the symptoms or the signs. Okay, so the black subtle forces energy, guys, so this what we came here to transform, right, who are the galactic warriors, the star seeds here. Again, I work with the Ashtar galactic command, and you know, with the Andromeda, and you know, the Aurora, right, races. And of course I work for the whole military structure. We came here to well, resurrect, or we came to reconstruct the entire kind of military, whether trainings, recruitments, and what was done to highly advanced souls there who joined MC under MIC DARPA, right? I'm dealing with DARPA, I'm dealing with black magicians, I'm dealing with Hydra, I'm dealing with the Nibiruan military bases, I'm dealing with the octopus, yeah, the also well, the invasion of the solar system, of this planet, and even the invasion of the Orion, right, that happened 208,000 years ago, right, where the negative aliens, the Alpha Draconis, and of course from the Visa system, they made it their centrala, right, you know, for the beast machine, and of course doing the horrible transmission, right, from the Draco constellation, desecrating the Holy Father, desecrating the energies of the Holy Mother, right? That's why the Baphomet network, everything was set up here, even in the military bases here on the earth. Okay, so we are addressing that, correcting that. I have a project for DARPA, for my soul group, for veterans, especially also the Marines, with all the sex addiction or sex misery, ending that sex misery, the lunar the false lunar magnetism there, right, all this sodomy, and this whole Babylonian empire, how guys, you know, they think they're joining military, they think they're protecting the country, and they're protecting the constitution. And here we go, right, all these CCP jabs, you know, the DARPA, the Black Dragon mob coming online, and that they're raping their light body, their energy field, their kundalini, right? Those guys are being you know, sexually abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused, right? They end up in the electrostatic bodies, in the black goo, in the fallen tree of life. and they keeping them in extremely low frequency vibration, so they're just robots, right, on the battlefield or whatever they're being sent or whatever they're being told, right? They're just listening to orders, okay? But it looks like on that physical plane may look great for even for some ladies and so on, right? All these skeletonics, robotics, cybernetics. But again, I've been dealing with the militaries, especially DARPA or the black magicians, the high echelon, the shadow government, a deep corrupt state for so long, because uh we are not programmable. Okay, we came here to do the work to fulfill the Palladian covenant. We're on the Christos mission. We came here to fulfill the divine plan on earth, right? To ascend, to expand consciousness, to go to the next harmonic universe, universe number 2, soul connection consciousness expansion. So constantly projecting, right, the horrible the agenda towards me, and all this electronic harassment, right? It's just been happening for I don't know, 15 years, or especially here United States, since 2006, 7, maybe, I don't know, I don't maybe count that well. 18 years, it's been going on for so long, because of course I have a Zeta agreement, I have a hybrid children, so I think it has to do with it that now it's kind of even kind of part of kind of family structure. But I am not a prostitute, I'm not some kind of bitch. They're constantly projecting their what's the word for it, just kind of evilness, right? The desecration of the divine feminine, bastardization of the divine feminine, and it's just like, I am that I am. And it is what it is. I have a project, right? Project for the DARPA, for the echelon, for the power elite, for the fallen angelics, for the Dracos, right? Even for the hybrid Anunnaki, Nazi, Pleiadian faction, because some of them are of that rose line lineages, highly advanced souls. I have a project for the Satanists, Luciferians, and understand some of them got hybridized, and they are broken down as children, and they were mind control under the kind of reptilian Draco hypnosis. And there are, for some of them, are actually family of Ashtar, right? The Ashtar, that's what the Ashtar Galactic Command, they're kind of training us, or they're hiring us to do the work mission. And sometimes I get also aggravated, because I'm constantly dealing with the Zeta. They're constantly targeting me because of the military abduction, right? I have all the chips, I have all their nanotechnology. I'm supposed to be like a DARPA asset, or they wanted to train me to be assassin, to be a terrorist, right? Because that's where my cell group is, right? They ended up in Hydra, in those corporate organizations. They're just property of DARPA, right? I mean, they get all the technology, the guns, all these equipments. Like I said, women think that looks so great. They're working for the elite, right? And energetically, what I see, the thing is, I see energies, right? And this is not okay. It's like here on the physical plane, right? When a guy sees an ugly woman, right? I mean, unless he's a desperate, he would probably not engage in sexual intercourse, right? If I see horrible energy in people's aura, why in the world would I be engaged with them sexually, right? We're here to help you heal, okay? We're helping with the rehabilitation. So so I have the project, right? My background, yoga and Ayurvedic massages and breath work and chanting and japa mantra meditation. This is what helped me, right? Instead of let me see, kind of I've been fighting, right? They wanted me to be a Marine or some super soldier and so on. I was introducing yoga and Ayurveda to military, and it was so-called prank, right? All these psyops or the black ops going on. It was like a sex games going on, the sex games in the military. But I knew at the same time, this is wrong. This is not okay. What's going on? Please, somebody come and communicate. And it seems to me, right, and in some here people who kind of drink too much on drugs or whatever, there's like a one-way communication. They don't want to talk. Well, time to communicate, time to cooperate, time to co-create, right, with the divine under the law of one, with free will. That's the Emerald Covenant as the Emerald Order. Okay, we're implementing the Cosmic Sovereign Law here online, right? The Galactic Codex, or um the law of one, everything. So whatever they're projecting, the DARPA, right, from their spacecraft, draconian kind of Draco Nazi Federation and so on, this is all now under the law of one. Is going to divine justice, cosmic trials, right, we talk about it, and so on. So this is all being diagnosed, identified, monitored, right? Like the negative ones are monitoring humanity, right? They want to fuse them with AI and so on. These things actually happened in the military many decades ago, right? So when I would be in 2013, what was done to me when I was telling you about these kind of things, probably everybody would think that I need to go back to mental health, right? But now, because of the eclipses and the upgrades, and we have the cosmic energies coming online, oh my goodness, this is now transpiring, all this Satanism, especially in the military, right? The sadism, the whole horrible recruitment, and how those guys are being injected and polluted and desecrated and raped and violated and abused. Okay, and this is the end. Here we are saying no more, right? And that's why we have the project for those guys to rehabilitate. I have the yoga center, right? The Ayurveda, cooking, or Zen gardens, all this meditation. They need to rehabilitate their consciousness, their DNA, their hologram, their bioregenesis, right? Slowly and surely, the sound, bath healing, listening to solfeggio tone, chanting, PTSD time to heal, okay? Writing things down, coloring mandalas here, 8 steps of yoga, how to understanding them to be re-educated, the quantum science, right? And how those psychotronic weapons, how it all operates, right? Everything is sound, light, frequency, vibration. Unfortunately, the Dracos, right, or the elite, they are running base 10 mathematics. They distorted the true original structure of the universe, right? And of course of the core Mother Earth, Mother Nature, which is base 12 mathematics, 45-degree angles. Okay, so start understanding the sacred geometry, the platonic solids, the elementals, right? So that's why building also the platform for the new galactic command here, for the for the Ascension, the new military academy, right, for star indigo warriors, for spiritual warriors, or the rainbow warriors, right? It means your 7 chakras being integrated, harmonized, unified, and you are the light of the soul, you are the monad, right? And start embodying your avatar, being not the digital avatar, but being the cosmic Christos, right, avatar self. So we were correcting the monadic plane, 7, 8, and 9 dimension, right? 7, 8, and 9 dimension. Let me see where these, it's right on, so it's right here. 7, 8, and 9 dimension, okay? Of course, here we're helping also humanity to integrate their soul. So probably challenging is because of the lunar transmissions, the very low astral planes, right? So being in your heart, being an authority of Christ, right? Serving the divine, taking care of others or your family, right? Serving the community, dissolving the darkness within your heart or mind, right? You start embodying your soul. So already 5th and 6th dimension, right? Yeah, and embodying the planetary logos. That's why I constantly talk about the invocation of the violet flame, especially for my soul group, right? On that monadic plane. And of course, here we are freeing ourselves from that 3D matrix. That's the ego, right? But as long as you're on that positive polarity of the 3D ego, you still have you have the privilege for your personal ascension. So, and these colors are getting crystallized, they are being harmonized. So I used to, oh my goodness, like even I'm wearing or I'm looking at different colors, like clothes even, or like whether it's detergent and even food. I used to be avoiding like red, like you never see me in red or orange, right? But I don't like the art, for example. I don't mind those colors, right? But now I was even trying on some pants, and I would never ever, it's like it was a copper color, so it was like it's even the copper in our blood is being resurrected, regenerated, recalibrated. We're being updated, upgraded, so everything is good. So sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, look what kind of colors I'm putting on, because I used to be refusing, to wear these kind of colors. So things are changing. So we are freeing ourselves from that matrix, as long as you are staying in your heart structure and you say positive affirmations and you're helping others, you're helping yourself, you're forgiving, you're compassion, right? You slowly and surely start embracing your divine essence, your soul essence, right? You start kind of working on yourself, doing maybe some meditation or some kind of art, right? And you maybe transcendental meditation, martial arts, energy work, singing the I'm the light of my soul and so on. So this is what we are helping. I'm helping with my soul group already on a monadic level of this, because of the monadic reversals, because of the implants, right? Holographic implants, the zeta seals, 2D 4D split. We also had their tailbone was hijacked, right? But I was showing you already colors how the tailbone structure, the 8 original cells, has been resurrected, rejuvenated, activated in your tailbone area. So very important, right? The Kundalini rising and lam bam ram yam hum om. The bija through the bija mantras, you start activating your chakras, right? Making sure it's the correct spin, right? As long as you're with your heart, doing some tapping, emotional freedom tapping, right? Very important. We also talk about cleansing your lymphatic system and activating your pineal gland, right? Like drinking the distilled water and so on. Invocation of the violet flame. I'm a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires, right? Just being in that yoga position, namaste, where the divine masculine merges with the divine feminine, so that the inner child can be reborn full of joy and peace and playfulness, right? And co-creating the new earth. So these energies are all being resurrected, regenerated. We're bringing the cosmic energy. So the new earth grid's been already set in those extremely high places, right? Thanks to the Andromeda that is hosting this ascension, and we are pretty much ready to roll. Those who are ready and who transmuted the negative shadow, the negative ego, right? Very important to look at our trauma, drama, a pain body, feel it. That's who the true spiritual warriors are, right? Those who they're questioning things and they're not feeling well. How come I'm not feeling well? I have ascension symptoms, or there's something wrong happening with my body. I have to change a diet. I have to be on the sun. I have to breathe. I have to do some exercises to bring the stress level down, right? Taking care of your adrenals, of your kidneys, through hydration, drinking distilled water, purified water, right? Taking care also of your solar plexus, very important. Your sacrum, sacred, that's your second chakra, right? Like the orange. But now we're crystallizing, and of course from that lunar forces, from that kind of lunar structure, we're going into solar. So even actually, guys, we are connecting to the galactic calendar. So people still think we're already in Aries, but I think, let me see, we have the Milky Way galaxy, the galactic core, guys. We're aligning with the galactic core, with the Milky Way here and here with our sun, right? And with the earth. Everything is in perfect alignment, because we had to get rid of the alien machinery, right? All these psychotronic weapons, how we were weaponized and demonized and contaminated and toxic, and all the GMO and chemtrails. Now we have the re-encryption of the elementals. Even the wind self are helping us to transmute these horrible effects, or all these horrible chemicals in the air, transmute it. We can send it back to light for resurrection, right? So we can embody more of our true self, who we truly are, embodying the golden liquid light, or the golden crystalline diamond light bodies, right? That's for the true original blueprint of the angelic divine luminous race. So physical correlated to the galactic. So we are actually now having solar calendar, so from lunar, right? So lots of lunar stuff in the Middle East, right? They kind of were connected to also that Mecca, the black cube, right? Running these reversals, connection to that false lunar magnetism, transmitting the mind control, all this Satanism, Luciferianism there, all the terrorism, right? All these proxy wars with proxy Israel guys, even these energies were transmitting from Saturn, right? The outside of that Saturn ring, there's military bases there with their horrible, black hole technology, and that's for the blood covenant, the blood sacrifice, and so on. So we were dealing, with the negative aliens in this solar system, in this galaxy. So lots of purging is actually happening, and lots of cleansing and clearing, ejecting these entities, right? Or those they're choosing rehabilitation, right? We have the project, we're creating platform for you. And so we're still in, actually, what's going on, we're still in Pisces, till April 18. Ascension, perfection, Christosophia, and the element is water ether. So guys, that's how that we are really ascending galactically, right? Galactic cosmically, to be the cosmic citizen, God sovereign free. The quantum manifestation, very important to understand that. I don't know if you can read this. So we're still actually in here in Pisces, right? You can see, the galactic calendar and how it also correlates to your organs. And we have the new constellation, right? The Ophiuchus is actually the fetal cells are being activated, right? The tailbone, the cranial sacral axis, the solar sacrum, the kundalini, the amrita, the oil of eternal life right there in your the middle of the brain, the pineal gland, and so on. Oh yeah, we have the glands, resurrecting base of the brain, the golden chalice. And from lunar, we're going into solar transfiguration of that 13th sign of Ficus, guys. Very important to understand that, right? So the calendar is changing from lunar into solar. The zodiac is changing. So that's why, there's this split of worlds or separation of consciousness, actually trifurcation, right? Or some people talk about bifurcation, because some people are still being influenced by the lunar forces, by the lunar transmissions, right? By the mind control. And if they're staying extremely low frequency vibration, that's the negative ego in their 3D personality, right? That actually will be then fused with the fallen angelics and so on, either for rehabilitation if they're choosing after death, or we talk about the second death, then just going back to source through implosion. So become a space dust with no memory being recalled. So time to be spiritual, time to really love yourself unconditionally, show like whatever the closest ones, or how really there's so much love within you, how you're sharing love with others, your gifts and talents with others, how you care for your community, or for your family, or for your humanitarian project, right? What are you doing? Yeah, what is your platform? What is your protocol? What is your portfolio, right? Again, on my website yanakalai.com, to my first page, right, I have the New Earth jurisdiction. I have but there was a credo for the New Earth jurisdiction of the project for DARPA. I have a cosmic leadership. I have YANA Yoga, right? So everything, all these steps that I had to take, right, what was done to me, the whole Man in Black, right? That was the backlash, because introducing your Ayurveda to military, and all these sex games in the military and so on. So it's all game. In the military, the sex is nothing but a game. And this is not my type of way. I come from Eastern Europe. I don't have the proportions that women have to have here. So if somebody judges my body, you're out of my zone. And very spiritual, and I would say also now my personality, I have very strong personality. You follow my orders, right? And if you're in a military, right, you are property of the military or DARPA and so on, right? That's why there was this struggle, this extremely fight, right? How they were trying to damage this body, electrocute my mind, how they desecrated me, the torture, even the rape, whatever they were doing in that mental health. They gave me some interesting, probably tincture or liquid, just totally polluted my blood, right? And yeah, that's just my total desecration, putting some kind of horrible chemicals also in my nasal area. They are planning the death. It was a Scorpio operation. I saw a guy with a tattoo, Scorpio, so they wanted to totally get rid of this body. If they cannot control you, then they rape you and they kill you. That's the agenda. And guess who is executing those kind of things? Some of them are also, whether it's the military, the Marines, right, of highly deviant souls, because they are hooked to the AI with their Nazi Neuralink, and they are nothing but puppets of DARPA. For them, it's just a video game. How people are playing a video game, right? Like you're shooting others or whatever you're doing there, like these war games on a video game. The same thing now, it's transpiring, it's been happening here, whether from the lunar forces, Mars, Saturn, right? And so on to this planet here, right? And so that's why we're we're not physical beings, we're energy. You have to understand energies, you have to read energy, right? And it's horrible what I've experienced, and then I can be familiar, I can sympathize with those guys, Marines, right? Or veterans, wounded warriors. Also the Chiron, right, is coming online. I am helping those wounded warriors, right? I'm helping with the trauma. Well, yeah, it needs to be recognized. But the thing is, I think with the military, with the ego, right? If you're not, kind of trying to transmute the shadow, right? Again, I have to, the three primary forces, the black goo, the black subtle forces, you're seeing the negative structure. And again, with this whole solar eclipse, and with this whole energy, how it's being separated, right? What is it, the chef from what is it, the gold from the wheat, or how you say that, this negative ego is not going to help you. And then Jesus died on the cross for your sins, and reading a Bible, or the Bible prophecies that everything is fulfilling, because the archons, the fallen angelics wrote the book, right? The true essence teachings, we talk about it. It's in book of Madame Blavatsky, Alice Bailey, not Aleister Crowley. I've been dealing with Black Sun Operation, Aleister Crowley, OTO, Black magicians, and even your DARPA, and then even in judicial system, right? The lawyers or attorneys, and so who work for these corporations, or who work for the agenda of those negative aliens, right? Sending then those guys to prison, or death toll, but they themselves are involved in criminal activities like pedophilia and in child sex trafficking. So that's why it's very important, right, to see the consequences of our actions for everybody on a human plane, or even the ET extraterrestrial plane, the alien plane, right? Because the Galactic Codex is being implemented. In order to implement the Galactic Codex, we are bringing the cosmic energies here online, right? Very important in order to transmute this whole density, right? The ignorance, the delusion, insensitivity, the unconscious, and the lack of sensory feelings, with no little empathy of those negative entities, right? So this whole inactivity, the darkness, the dullness, the absence of light, that's the negative polarity. Those are the black subtle forces that we came here to transform, transmute, and to integrate it back into light, to be self-realized, to be avatar realized, the Christos avatar, right? Not doing so, without balancing the black substance and transmuting it from the consciousness, right? Those entities or beings, right, they will digress in a state of internal chaos or apathy, with sensation of great physical, mental, emotional pain, numbness. So all these drinking, these drugs, ends being on steroid and not really facing the shadow and all this escapism and so on, right? This numbness, it's leading to states of disease. This is truly the state of hell of the lost soul. So very important to be brave, to be courageous, to see the darkness for what it is, kind of swim through it, right? I talk about drain the swamp. I mean, the chakras been hacked and hijacked, right, and infiltrated and so on. And you are in that fallen tree of life. You have to resurrect the 12 tree grid within your DNA, within your cells, within your aura, within your light body, right, your emotional body, your mental body, and so on. So there's lots of work that needs to be done. And like how to heal the imbalances and so on. But let me see the black forces. There are black forces that exist in the negative polarity. They connect to the material earth elements and the force of gravity. This is the principle of unconsciousness or falling asleep in the material world, and its weight is very dense and heavy. As a result, it tends to produce inactivity, darkness, dullness, and an absence of light, while it obstructs the person's actions, potential, or movement forward. That's why we talk about also the reversals, right, in their DNA and also in their orbit, right? So actually, you are supposed to circulate the energies from your third eye, right, the front area, to your tailbone area, coccyx area, and then go up the spine and back into your third eye, right? With that metronomic reversals, right, it's all in reverse, okay? And you think you're going forward, but you're going backwards. And I will next time I'll show you again the diagrams and everything, okay? So when a person holds too much negative polarity of this black colored subtle force in their energy body, they will show effects of ignorance, delusion, insensitivity, unconsciousness, and a lack of sensory feelings with little to no empathy. So you're becoming like those negative aliens. Well, because they're hybridizing you, because they're polluting you. Boom, 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 right? So all these graphene oxides everywhere, and drinking water with fluoride and chemtrails. And you also, you have your gears, all these skeletonic, cybernetic, and so on. The profile of this type of person will have also deeply buried psychological, emotional blockages with a tendency to be stagnant, repressed, depressed, or internally chaotic, making them distracted, unaware of what their problems really are. They allow negative forces, dark forces, and other people to completely control them, usually in the victim role, refusing to take responsibility for their lives. Time to be responsible, and also the victimizer, right? That's the archonic deception strategy. So those guys are like victim first, right? They are being tortured, raped, abused, and so on. Again, this is through my lenses, right? Through my experiences. And then they go out there and start, invading us and terrorizing us, the civilians, right? Or like a yoga teacher or some, Eastern girl from Eastern Europe, hardly weighing 50 kilos, right? We told a different mentality, told a different upbringing, right? Because we have students on the street with no guns overthrowing communism, okay? That was called Velvet Revolution. So I had no military background here in this timeline, on that kind of caliber, right? I mean, I know I'm from a warrior race and I have the secrets in family that I didn't know of, right? But then, the family karma kicks in, the military karma kicks in, or me being a military high-ranking officer, or also my relationship karma kicks in, right? So everything, I'm on a path of karma, right? 888, kind of also galactic karma kicking online, right? All these galactic wars and so on. So we came here to transmute all that, right? So this is what is happening, all these sex rape, right? All the sex games in the military bases, or in the Middle East, right? And so on. So this needs to be addressed, recognized, or you can see footages, WikiLeaks, right? Freeing Julian Assange, it's a must. And looking at the shadows so we can correct everything, heal ourselves, and integrate back to light and become true spiritual warriors, become the space force, right? Otherwise, some of those entities will become space dust with no memory being recalled, okay? So they allow negative forces, dark forces, and other people to completely control them. So if they're also refusing to take responsibility, I talk about command your space, claim your power back, resurrect all your energies. We have the crucifixion implant removal, right? Then also we have the return to the rightful owner command, okay, from all these Moloch things and from all this Satanism, right? So we are bringing everything online. There's alien implant module on energetic synthesis or Ascension glossary. So everything is available, and I have it on my website. Guardian Ascension Protocol, and ending sex misery in MC, right? Under military industrial complex, under DARPA, and so on. So of course, I want to be also with my family, with my star children, with my hybrid children, and so on. So this is very complex operation, guys. It involves everything, whether family, military, my DNA, my genetics, my ancestors, and also my, galactic family, star family, my monadic twin or my monadic self. So this is all here in one package. By refusing to take responsibility or make productive actions, this only allows their problems to escalate along with the amount of black substance they generate as blockages in their body. Without balancing the black substance and transmuting from their consciousness, they will digress into a state of eternal chaos or apathy with sensation of great physical, mental, emotional pain or numbness, leading to states of disease. This is truly the state of hell of the lost soul. So the negative ego construct, militarized psychotronic weaponry, and the alien machinery is used on the earth to trap humans into mass producing more and more black subtle forces. We came here to transform, transmute, right? The energy, override the structure of the alien machinery, and of course bring the militarized psychotronic weaponry to divine justice. It's under Galactic Codex, on the law of one, is going to cosmic trials, okay? Cosmic galactic trials is under high command. So this ferments into black miasma, leaving the masses ignorant, deluded, unconscious, therefore totally controllable, right? So consequently, the alien technology and mind control methods are designed to generate and circulate as much of this negative polarity, black force, and density in the human being as possible. That's why we're the rescue team, right? We came here to really, address that and to just totally arrest these energies, right? And start arresting those negative aliens, right? And stopping it. Because the negative, they should know that there are laws. Even though you're a dark head or you're a mafia, diablo, there are rules. No matter what, they are rules. And that all those rules have been broken, right? Because, the Draco then contacted for the vicious aliens from the Visa system. And, the hybrid Anunnaki, they wanted more power, more control, right? The unsatiable, desire to control the entire solar system of the matrix, right? And stealing the technology or the DNA from Solar Rishi. So this is all going to cosmic trials, divine justice. So many people that feel depressed or stuck are sucked down in the weight of this negative polarity of this black force. The density of the black force blocks higher sensory perception completely. This type of person will need to take some kind of action in the positive polarity to help them dissolve the black energy accumulated in their body, which generates the sensation of extreme density and stagnation. So guys, we are ending here, and I'll talk to you next time. Many blessings and namaste. Stay safe, strong, very important. We're in the middle of the storm. So here, namaste, be in that 0 point God matrix, the source of our genesis. Be in your heart and love yourself unconditionally. So then you can spread that love to others. Namaste. Bye.